Hi guys, it's me again. It's about 25 to 3, so I'm back home. I would have sent a video a little bit earlier after my cystoscopy, but my friend kindly took me for something to eat afterwards because I think she felt that would help cheer me up, because I was just a bit peaky looking, a bit off colour. I think it was just the worry and the stress of going for the cystoscopy because you know I have built it up in my head and was just terrified to have it. But I just want to start by saying that the actual wait in the waiting room was longer than the procedure. The actual cystoscopy, the flexible cystoscopy, was no more than a few minutes. Once the camera was in, it literally only took a few minutes and that was it. The urologist had took the camera out again and had a chat to me. The nurses and the urologist were nice. They helped keep me calm as I went into the room because I was like, how long is it going to last? And I'd actually started, I think I told you earlier, but I'd actually started my menstrual cycle, my period. So I was worried I wouldn't be able to have it, but I wasn't very heavy and they said everything was fine. I just had to sign those consent forms really and hand them in, and they took a sample of my urine, which I think was fine as well. When I was waiting, I was up and down for the toilet, like I kept having to use their toilet. I don't know if it was just because I was so nervous. I just was panicking about how it was going to feel and the unknown, like I'd said. But the urologist actually, to be honest, it felt like a sharp, maybe not even a sharp, but like a scratch, like if you've ever had a scratch to your arm or, and you feel it, but that was all I felt, and I know everyone experiences different things differently, so what maybe I felt might be different for you or might be different for me, but it wasn't the worst pain. It was just a little bit of pressure on my urethra and my bladder when the camera went in. So kind of when it was going in, it was like a scratch, a sharp scratch, and then I didn't feel anything really, and I got to look at my bladder on the screen, which really did help me. Because I was just sort of like, oh, is that me? Is that my bladder? And they were like, yep, that's your bladder. And the urologist had actually says to me, your bladder actually looks healthy. He says I can't see any abnormalities. You know what I'm trying to say. You couldn't see anything that looks abnormal. No sign of like cancer or stones or anything else I think they can pick up with these scans. And I explained to him, that I'd had the urethra burning and the frequency and the urgency for a couple of years. It actually came down on my record when he was reading, from the doctor. It said, I'd had a procedure like this before, and that's wrong because I've never had a cystoscopy before, so I don't know how they've put it down as I have, unless they meant a sigmoidoscopy, which is for the bowel. I've had that before. But anyway, it was over before I knew it, really, before I could even think about it. And he had to just ask, are you on your period? Because I was bleeding a little bit. And I just said I am. And I was glad to know that there was nothing sinister going on in my bladder. But just a wee bit disappointed that I didn't get any answers. I'm not any further on to know why I've got the vaginal burning, the urethra burning, the frequency, the urgency. Just that constant need to empty my bladder or my urethra. I know that sounds, if you've not had any bladder problems, you'll probably find that strange. Like, why is she feeling like that? Like she has to keep emptying her bladder, or her urethra, the part you pee from obviously, fills up every time you finish peeing. I don't understand it either. I know so many people are going through this. All I know is I've never been quite myself since my first UTI infection in 2019. A part of me does feel like some of the bacteria from that infection was never cleared up. I feel like I wasn't given a long enough course of antibiotics and it caused the bacteria to embed, and that's how I feel. And I know that I know that the cystoscopy can't see whether you've got a hidden infection, like maybe they can for certain things. I don't know much about them, I really don't. This was my first. But I still feel like, you know, something went wrong after that infection. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I know that I want to kind of get my bladder checked. Not my bladder, but you know, like go back to the gynecologist, because I do suspect I could maybe also have endometriosis. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And that can cause problems too. So I would want to look further into it. I just check everything, maybe my pelvic floor, because of the tailbone pain. So there is other issues going on, and I just want some more answers like anybody does. But I think I'm kind of feeling like it's either between my pelvic floor, endometriosis, or an embedded infection that never quite fully went away with the antibiotics, the six tablets they give you, the 3-day course of tablets. And I'd had quite a few different short courses. And I know this is happening to so many women, men, children, the elderly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that there's nothing bad going on inside my bladder and nothing too scary. But when you've had to live like this and go through the unknown and like not having any answers to why you're suffering, like why you're burning, why you're always peeing, you just feel like, you know, there's something they're missing, there's something that they're not picking up. The tests are coming back normal, the urine's coming back with no infection, like no growth, and that's what the urologist said as well. He says every time they've checked your urine culture, it's came back with no growth. But see, when they've used the dipstick, the standard dipstick in the surgery, it's either came back with protein, blood, leukocytes, and other things. And I just feel something's not right, you know. We shouldn't have to be stuck like this after an infection or be on our own mission to get the answers. We should be given help and further tests. But anyway, I'm thinking it's either between embedded infection that they just can't pick up with these tests and all the equipment that your urologist uses, or endometriosis, or pelvic floor problems, or maybe a mixture of a few things going on. I just know that I've got terrible tailbone pain, and I'm sorry, my camera's just about to die on me with the charge. But I just wanted to let you know, everyone went all right with the cystoscopy. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be, and it wasn't as painful. It was just like a scratch, for me anyway, Please don't worry yourself sick about it, if you have nice nurses and a good urologist who you can understand, who talks to you quite clearly and explains things, it does make all the difference. And after that, I got to see my friend and have lunch, and I'm back home now resting and just taking it easy because I'm stinging a little bit. But they don't let you leave until they make sure you can pass urine, and I was passing urine, and hopefully the stinging calms down within a couple of days. I have to drink lots of water and cut out caffeine. He says I've got to try and aim for 2.5 litres of water a day. And he thinks that can be partly some of the cause of the burning in the urethra. I'm not convinced really, because I drink a lot of water, I drink lots of tea, even the decaffeinated. So I don't know. I just think there's a mixture of excuses going on, like it might be this, it might be that. But they send you on your way with no other answers, and it's like, what now, But anyway, guys, I hope you're all right, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I didn't blabber on too much, but I'm all right. I'm home, I'm resting, and everything went okay. And I'll go and charge my phone now and let yous go. But sending you lots of love, and please reach out and don't panic. Don't get yourself all worked up, And hopefully you're on your own mission to find out what's going on with your cells as well if you've got bladder problems, because it's really not easy. So sending you lots of love, big kiss, and I'll talk to you all soon, and thank you for listening.